Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. Once you've completed your music theory and practice workbook, past papers are an excellent revision resource. I've worked with you from 2014 past papers right the way through to 2018, and now I'm thrilled to be able to bring 2019 to you as well. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best be prepared for your exam, and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to complete 2019 Grade 3 Paper A. So if you turn with me to page 6, we'll have a look at this last question. So I suggest that you have a go of this on your own. It's okay to make mistakes. Always work in pencil and then you can just erase those mistakes. It's much better to make them now and then you'll learn more thoroughly from them. So have a go and then re-access into the video and we'll check through the answers together. So we'll do that now. So all of the questions below will be referring to this little melody here. So we're going to be shuffling up and down the page. So the first question says that the melody is in the key of A major. So we need to name the degree of the scale on the first note of bar 3, here, this one. So of course you can just count up. However, we're already pretty low down and it's quite tricky to count up. And also I'm just going to suggest that what you can do, it's very easy to forget to count the first degree of the scale as number 1. Sounds obvious, I know, but I'm just going to sketch out the steps of the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I know there's sharps and things, but your key signature will take care of that. So here we're in the bass clef. So this is note G, Good Boys Deserve. It's G sharp, of course, but your key signature deals with that. And we know that G is the 7th leading note to the A. So here we are, the 7th degree of the scale. Sorted. Now, which other key has the same key signature as A major? So we're thinking of the related minor key. Now, if you have your circle of fifths written down before you start anything, all your thinking is done for this. If you're not sure how to do this, I do suggest you have a look at my video, The Circle of Fifths. It's on the playlist, Music Theory for Everyone. You find the link in the cards and the descriptions. It's much better to have all of your keys written in one go, and then you're not going to keep sort of stressing out and scratching your head wondering what the answer to that is. And so we can see that A major is related to F sharp minor with a key signature of 3 sharps. So there we go, F sharp minor soon answers that. Now we need to describe the the time signature. Is it simple or compound? And is it duple, triple or quadruple? So let's have a look at the time signature. So this goes right back to grade 1. This is common time, which is also represented by 4/4. There are 4 beats in a bar. And then this number here represents, we're counting in quarter note beats or crotchet beats. And a crotchet divides into 2 quavers. We're dividing into 2, so it's simple time, and we can see here at a glance it divides into 2s. So it's simple time because it divides into 2s, and then there are 4 beats per bar, and so we know that it's quadruple. So that fully answers that question. Now then, we need to glance through the melody and we need to decide if the melody is played at the same speed throughout. Does the tempo change? So we have allegro, which is fast. However, here And then here are our clues. So writ, this is right back to your performance directions from grade 1. It could mean ritardando or ritenuto. Ritardando is gradually slowing down. Ritenuto is held back. So either way, the tempo has changed. Ordinarily, it's usually ritardando. And if you think about the root word, so I do suggest you do some revision. Let's make the most of this question. And so all of your grade 1 and 2 and 3 performance directions, you can find little tests at the back of the PDF documents I've given you for the grades 1, 2 and 3, and I also give you some revision tips. But also if you think of the root word, so retard, if you retard an engine to a car, you press the brakes and slow it down. If you retard something, you hold it back. And so you can see the root word there, we're slowing down. And then here we're told to go back into tempo, back into time, back to allegro. So that the tempo actually changes and then goes back again. So that's false. So there we go. So now the first phrase has been marked with a bracket. And so we need to continue marking all of the other phrases. So let's look at the first phrase. We have a phrase of 2 bars, and so that's going to be reflected throughout the piece, and you can see we're going to have a little, and it even ends with a minim each time actually. 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars. You can see the structure of it. So nice, easy 2-bar phrases. Whatever's here is reflected throughout the piece. A bit high there, the arrow's in the way a little bit there. So 2 bars, nice and mathematically correct. And you can see also musically we have like a little 2-beat. That doesn't have to be the case, that just sort of confirms things even more nicely for us. So there we go, that's that. Now then, the last question, we're going to use the stave here, and we're going to rewrite the melody beginning at bar 5. Just be careful you do the correct bit. So we're going to be going from here to the end of the music, and we need to write it an octave higher. So we're changing the pitch and we're also changing the clef. And I do suggest that you always keep middle C as your anchor point so that you don't end up going into the wrong octaves. And if you remember, if you just sort of picture a piano keyboard, if you think middle C is at the bottom of the treble, the top of the bass, you're meeting in the middle. So that should help you just position things. So before I do anything, I'm just going to map out the stave. It's helpful to just keep everything aligned so that you don't get lost. I've got enough to be thinking about without worrying about which note I'm on, or am I going to run out of space, or are my bars not correctly sort of set out. And so let's use middle C as our anchor point. So here's middle C at the top of the bass and at the bottom of the treble. So at the moment we're on the all cows, we're on the C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes, 1 octave below middle C. And so to take that an octave higher, we are literally going to middle C. So that's a nice convenient place to start. And now what you can do is just look at the degrees of steps that you are changing. So next door, back down a third. And then you can sort of go back and cross-reference things just to double check that you've not gone wrong. I'm just going to do the note heads first of all. I'll worry about the stems and everything else afterwards. I suggest you just break it down into manageable chunks. And so let's get the blobs in the right place. So we're beginning on middle C, next door up a step, next door up a step, back down a third, and that should take us to where we started. I've just got a little bit spread out there. So middle C, next door, that's it, that's better. Down a third, and that should take us back to where we started, to middle C. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes us to F. That's correct. And now we're going down a whole octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we're going to have to go down an octave to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep adding your ledger lines. I suppose I can put the dot there while I'm at it, don't have to. So now back 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should take us to the B below the C that we started on, which it has done. Next door note, that's our middle C, that's our checkpoint. Up a step, back down a third to the first of this group, takes us below the ledger line. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to E. Carrying on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to the A. Next door up a step. Next door up a step, which should take us to middle C in this case, back to the C that we started on. So a little cross reference there. Up a step, up a step. And again, you can see that we've already been here before, so just check we're in the right place. Next door up a step. Now we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to B. Down a third, 1, 2, 3 to G, and then next door up a step, we're finishing on A. That's correct. So there we go, that's the hard thinking done. And now, I'll tell you what, I can just rub this out now, perhaps it's getting in the way. A bit of thinking from a previous question. So now the stems are going to have to change perhaps. These are all below the middle line, so all stems going up, beam those together. Again, beam all of these together. Stems still going up because they're all below the middle line. Beam these two together, and I'm just showing the direction. Little step up here, the beginning ending on the same note, so the beam will be straight here, just a little bit of a diagonal showing the notes are ascending. There we go, that's all of that done. And in terms of getting your marks, that's done all the thinking. If you want to, if you've got time in your exam, let's just add the extra information just to do a thorough job, but you don't really, your marks won't be reflected on this, so if you don't have time, it really doesn't matter. But if we've got time, we might as well. And there we go. That's that question completed, and that's that paper completed. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. These past papers are a great way of getting to grips with your revision, and I hope that I'm helping you. I'm enjoying working through it with you. I hope you're enjoying it too. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel. Please do also visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.